Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into some more wisdom? Today, we're going to tackle karma yoga.
Oh, yeah, it's a big one.
It is, but I think there's some confusion about what it actually is.
Yeah.
Like people hear yoga and they think poses and studios.
Right.
But we're going deeper than that today. We're looking at Gita for Joyful Living, which is a fascinating text, by the way.
It really is.
And it's got this comparison chart that lays out the difference between just plain karma, and by that we just mean doing any work, and then karma yoga.
So doing that same work, but like without being attached to what comes out of it.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah.
key difference. And the text suggests this little shift can have a huge impact on how we approach work.
Yeah, and on how happy we are overall.
Right. Like it's
Right.
not about just sitting around doing nothing. The chart makes it clear karma yoga is about taking action,
Mm-hmm.
but doing it with a different mindset.
Yeah.
So the first thing that really jumped out at me was this difference in end results.
Okay.
With regular karma, your actions lead to success or failure, which seems pretty obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But then in karma yoga, the text is saying you always succeed, leading to joyful living.
That's a bold claim, right?
It is. So how can that be possible? Like
Yeah.
if you're not focused on achieving specific things, how can you always succeed?
Well, that's what's so cool about it. See, in karma yoga, success isn't about what you achieve out in the world. It's about how you grow internally. So it's like, how much did you learn? How much did you evolve through the process of the work? That's the measure of success.
regardless of whether the project goes smoothly or totally crashes and burns.
Exactly.
So even if things fall apart, you've still gained something mental maturity, like the chart says.
You got it.
That's a pretty different way to look at it, I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's almost like your effort is never wasted,
Yeah, you take the pressure off yourself, too.
for sure.
Fair.
Okay, so shifting focus from the destination to the journey. But speaking of effort, I noticed the chart also talks about mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Huge difference there. Like in regular karma, a mistake feels like you messed up, right?
Setback.
Big time. But in karma yoga, they're seen as these valuable learning things.
Which can actually help you move faster on the path.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, the text makes that point. It's like mistakes help you course correct more quickly.
It's almost like you're flipping the script on failure. Instead of dreading mistakes, you're embracing them.
Exactly. And that ties into the whole detachment thing.
Right, not getting fixated on a specific result.
Yeah.
So you can experiment, take risks, learn from those missteps.
Without that fear of failing hanging over you.
I like that. Okay, so the chart then talks about all those external factors.
The stuff outside your control. Okay?
Exactly. But with karma yoga, you get more control over how you respond to that stuff.
Mm.
So instead of stressing when things don't go to plan,
You can choose to adapt, learn from it.
right, find a way through.
It's all about building that inner resilience, that peace.
I can see how that would be helpful.
The text actually gives this great example.
Oh, yeah.
A sudden deadline change at work. Like imagine that. Total chaos in a regular karma mindset.
Oh, I've been there, for
Yeah.
sure.
Right. But with karma yoga, it becomes a chance to practice being flexible, solving problems,
Okay, interesting.
which in the end leads to a more peaceful state of mind. Not instant nirvana, but you're moving in the right direction.
I dig it. Okay, now this is where the chart really grabbed me. The comparison of happiness levels,
Oh, yeah. Big one.
right? So with regular karma, you might feel that rush of joy when you achieve
The
something.
hit of dopamine.
Haha, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But it often comes with disappointment when things don't work out.
So it's up and down, up and down.
Totally.
Huh.
But karma yoga, it's aiming for this more lasting sense of happiness.
Because it's not dependent on those external things working out a certain way.
So it's less about chasing those highs and lows and more about what? Just feeling content and fulfilled more consistently.
You got it. It's about what's happening inside you, not what's happening around you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how this all ties together.
Yeah, it's subtle but powerful.
It is. Now, this next part blew my mind. The chart says karma yoga can actually make work itself more enjoyable.
Isn't that wild?
It is. It even compares it to being on vacation. I mean, come on, how is that possible?
Well, think about it like this. Have you ever been totally absorbed in something? A hobby, a project you were passionate about?
Oh, yeah, totally.
In those moments, are you really focused on the outcome? Or are you just enjoying the process?
Yeah, it's all about the process then.
Exactly. And that's where the joy comes from. Karma yoga is about bringing that same kind of presence and flow into our work.
So it's not about the work itself magically becoming fun. It's about our attitude towards it.
You got it.
I see. So even challenging stuff can become an opportunity for learning and growth.
And when you approach it from that angle, it stops feeling like a chore. It starts to feel more fulfilling.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Now, the chart goes even further, talking about different levels of happiness you can tap into.
Oh yeah, it mentions body, mind, and intelligence.
Right. And it seems like regular karma might get you those first two, like physical comfort and mental satisfaction from hitting goals. But this happiness of the intelligence thing, what's that all about?
That's where things get really deep. The text suggests karma yoga allows you to access this deeper level of happiness that comes from understanding, from wisdom.
So it's not just about feeling good, it's about what?
Hmm.
Cultivating a sense of inner peace that's not easily shaken.
Exactly.
Okay, so to sum it up, this karma yoga isn't about avoiding action. It's about transforming your relationship to action,
Love that.
shifting focus from outcomes to inner growth, and using every experience to learn and evolve, whether it seems like success or failure.
And you know what's really cool? The text goes on to say there's actually no such thing as failure on the path of karma yoga.
Wow, seriously.
Yeah, it's like every step forward, no matter how small, is protecting you from suffering.
So even if we stumble, make mistakes,
Yeah.
as long as we keep moving forward on this path of inner growth, we're succeeding.
Precisely. And because a karma yogi is focused on that internal development, not specific outcomes.
There's a sense of freedom in their actions.
Yeah. Absolutely. They're not held back by that fear of failure.
Because they know every experience, good or bad, is contributing to their growth. This is making me rethink how I approach my own work and goals. It's so easy to get caught up in that pressure to achieve,
Yeah, I get it.
what if we focused more on becoming the best version of ourselves through the work?
That's a powerful question to ask yourself. I mean, if you really embrace this karma yoga thing, how would it change your approach to your work, your goals, your sense of fulfillment?
It's a lot to consider.
It is. Maybe you approach challenges with more curiosity, more willingness to learn from those mistakes. Maybe you find a way to enjoy the process of the work itself instead of chasing that end result.
And maybe you find a deeper sense of inner peace no matter what's happening around you.
Now you're getting it.
Wow, who knew a simple comparison chart could be so thought-provoking?
Sometimes the simplest things hold the deepest truth.
Well, on that note, we'll leave you with that to ponder. We hope this deep dive into karma yoga has given you a fresh perspective on approaching work and life with more joy and purpose.
Remember, even small shifts in mindset can make a big difference.
Absolutely. And you know what? We're just getting started. There's so much more to explore in Gita for joyful living.
Oh yeah, we're just scratching the surface here.
So make sure to tune in next time as we continue our deep dive into karma yoga and uncover even more wisdom for a truly joyful life.
Can't wait.